I'm 5 days away from leaving for Japan, and I'm in total panic mode. Because I gotta get a lot of content ready before I go away. Not even close. Welcome back to the Skill Builders Guild. Thanks again for watching. It's episode 142 of What's on the Bench Weekly. And if you're not familiar with this show, it's where I take you through the projects that I'm working on, things that are on the bench, things that I'm building, all kinds of things. And if you like things, you should hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, ring the notification bell. Let's get right into the show. First thing on the bench today, here is the new Traxxas Nissan Pathfinder. And I have to say it's very cool that Traxxas has put out something so old. This is obviously not quite exactly like you get it. I've done a couple of things here. First things first, I've added some Vanquish Yokohama Geolander XATs. These are a 4.5 inch tall tire, 1.9 of course. I've got some Vanquish BBW kilos on there as well. They're in the bronze. I thought that was a nice match to the metallic red that they've chosen to go with on this body. And what's the other thing I did? Oh yeah, I also put an antenna on it because I think these trucks deserve to have an antenna because they did in real life. Other than that, it's a completely stock TRX4. There's not much different here. In fact, there's nothing different on the chassis, axles, the way it works, anything. So unlocking, locking differentials, portal, 2 speeds, everything that a TRX4 would come with, full feature TRX4. The big change, of course, is this Lexan Pathfinder body, 1989 Pathfinder. I think they did a really nice job, except for one thing. This whole side, from here to here, this part feels too tall. Like there's almost maybe a finger's width too much material here, and I'm sure that it's just for clearances and the way that they had to kind of modify this body to fit this existing chassis, because obviously this is not a different wheelbase, it's the same wheelbase. But that's the only thing that I think looks a bit bizarre. And it's forgivable, I think, because 1989 Pathfinder. You didn't have one of these before, now you do. It's really nice to see. Hope they do a clear body, because I would love to have a clear one so I don't have to have these big stickers for windows. That's always a bit of a thing, and I know Traxxas does it. It's a volume thing, it's a costs thing. It's cheaper to do it this way, and that's why they do it. I get it. Problems aside, great looking front grille with the brush guard. I think that looks really, really trick. Of course, Traxxas is offering, and it's not available yet, but they will be offering a full light kit for this Pathfinder body. That's one of the other things. Again, this is a come hither model. I'm not going to go through too much more detail on this, but I did want to share a bunch of stuff with you. The problem with this body, or at least these light buckets, is that it is very specific to the Traxxas light kit. So it's a little bit harder to get your own lights in there unless you start doing some fancy stuff or use some of those flat sort of LEDs as opposed to the bulb style. That's what these are really kind of made for. So we'll see how that light kit looks. Obviously, I'll hopefully be getting one of those as soon as they're available. I do like the plastic outer fenders. I think that's a nice touch. I like the rear spare tire and tire carrier, and of course the little Pathfinder wing on the back, which I think is pretty cool. Otherwise, yeah, it's a TRX4. So it's going to perform exactly like you would expect a TRX4 to perform. I'm excited to get this one out. I think there will be hopefully time before I go away for a trail video. I'll take it out on Saturday. Maybe we'll go someplace nice in the morning and get some good quality footage of that on the rocks. Well, not rocks, but you know what I mean. Trail trucking it with a few rocks. Anyway, very nice. Quite pleased to have one of these. And I think it's a good looking truck. I like the old stuff. Get this new stuff out of here. Old stuff like me. Okay, on to the next thing. Proline sent me a bunch of their new Lexan spray paint. They've had airbrush paint for a while, but this is their new spray paint. It's interesting because I don't think you can get this in Canada. At least I've spoken to a couple of retailers, not available yet. So I think this might be one of those things that if you are in America, certainly you can get this anywhere you like and order it online. This actually sprays quite nicely. It's a little, there's an interesting odor to it. It's kind of, I would almost say soapy in sort of the scent. And I'm sure it's a very bad chemical. Don't breathe it in. Spray outside, wear a mask, etc., etc. But I liked how it went on. It goes on a little drier, similar to the On Point or Traxxas style paint. Tamiya, I love the colors and everything that they have available in their line, but it goes on really wet. You have to be really careful to do super light coats. This one you can be a little more liberal and it goes on just fine. And speaking of, so you can see what it looks like, here is the Armagrom Typhon. And let's zoom in a little bit here. The Armagrom Typhon that I did up in a Blockhead Motors theme. I used some of the fluorescent colors and white, and it backs really nicely. It goes on really clean and leaves a really nice, bold, vibrant finish. I think it looks really, really good. Yes, there are a lot of stickers at play here, but I did use 3 colors plus backing in silver. So I have a pretty good idea of how this paint goes on, and I will say that it's a great alternative to Tamiya, or how did that get dirty already? It's a great alternative to Tamiya if that's not available where you are, or if you want to try something new. So there you go. Thank you, Proline, for sending me that paint. I'm quite pleased with the results, and I very much like Proline's little beetle body that they're offering for the Typhon Grom. This just completely changes the look of this little buggy. They did also send me the wheels and tires pre-glued, but I didn't love the look. These are the Proline Badlands, which I thought was a much better tire for the Typhon Grom. They just grip a lot better and look a little more aggressive, and I think kind of match this beetle look. So if you're interested in one of these or the paint, I'll put links down below. Thank you, Proline. Much appreciated for sending me all this good stuff so I could do this little paint demonstration. And of course, I didn't shoot any of that, so you don't really get to see it, but it was pretty easy to mask. That was one of the other things I did want to mention, is that masking it does hold pretty nicely because it isn't a super wet paint. There wasn't a lot of drip or a lot of invasion underneath the actual masking tape, so it did hold up pretty well. I can confidently suggest that you give this paint a try. So there you go. Nice looking surf and dirt. Burnout. Do love the Blockhead Motors stickers. Very cool stuff. Thank you, Proline, for sending that my way, allowing me to do this little tiny paint demonstration. Okay, on to the next thing. I didn't really think about this, but do I have to change that sign because I painted Lexan? The body was pre-trimmed. Let me know in the comments down below. Some insiders have already told me that I should have reset that sign. Let me know what you think. And if you would like to be part of that insider group, we have a special YouTube membership here on the Scale Builders Guild. You can join that and enjoy all kinds of bonus content, including tips and tricks, how-tos, travel logs, running videos, all kinds of fun stuff that you won't get to see if you're not a member. There will be a link down below, but please take a moment to thank all of these fellow ding-dongs for participating in that members group and for being a part of a fun little insider community. I'm doing a big giveaway today, actually, a live stream tonight on Thursday. So just for members. So if that's something you're interested in, it might be time to join up. All right, on to the next thing, which I've got somewhere here. Oh, there it is. It's so small, I can barely see it. This is a little tiny Grasshopper Jr. And this little guy, while it looks to be one of the stock VZ chassis, which is just sort of the straight drive around on a track sort of Tamiya thing, it's not. This is a fully 3D printed conversion to make this into a miniature RC. And it's available on Maker World, which is the Bamboo Lab sort of repository for files, made by Air RC Pirates. I've never heard of them before, but they did a very nice job on making this little file conversion. You buy the VZ, there are a bunch of electronics and screws that you will need in order to do that conversion, a couple of tiny springs as well, as you might be able to see there. So basically you use the wheels, tires, one axle, a gear, the motor, and the body, and that's it. Everything else is printed I printed all those things up on my Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon, and that's how it all works. There's a little tiny miniature micro-sized steering servo. There is an ESC in here as well. This one hasn't been wired up to a receiver yet because I thought I was going to be really smart and not use the receiver and transmitter that they recommend in the build file. And I think that was my first problem because this is designed to work on 1S batteries, and I have a feeling that I'm not pushing enough voltage through the receiver because I tried using one of my Spectrum deep-boxed receivers. I think the problem is that these receivers require a little bit more than 3.7 volts to actually function. So while this car looks done, it's not. And that's a real bummer because I wanted to take this with me to Japan and actually drive it and do some video at the Tamiya factory when I'm going to be there with this little guy. Now, I don't know that that's going to be entirely possible, so I'm going to have to figure out a solution. If any of you out there by chance have built this, let me know if the receiver and transmitter that they recommend is the only one that will work. Yeah. And if you let me know today, maybe I can get this up and running before I have to leave. Because it would be cool to take this with me. This would be super fun. Worst case scenario, I've always got this 30th scale Axial Jeep. This little guy, if you haven't watched the review video, you definitely should. I had a great time putting that one together. And this is a really excellent little truck. A lot of people looked at it and instantly said, nah. But until they've driven it, I don't think you can really pass judgment. It's a lot of fun, and it's a very good experience. Axial did an excellent job on this little guy, and I think it demands your attention. The only thing that I don't like, and this came up after the video was already made, is that this pre-order isn't available until December. That's a long time away. I'm hoping that that's like under promise, over deliver, and that we'll actually see them sooner rather than December, because man, that's a long time to wait for something that small. But it is a blast. Highly recommended. Like I said, link down below. Some of you were asking for some size comparisons on the SCX30. I don't have a stock SCX24 anymore that isn't in a box. So here's the Kyosho Mini Z next to it, which is supposed to be 32nd scale or 24th scale-ish, 28th, 30th, 35th. I can't remember. Here's the Apex Ascent, which is like an 18th scale. Wow, that does make it look really small. Here's a TRX-4M Bronco up against it. That's 18th scale, so that gives you a pretty good idea of the scale of this thing. Tiny, but yeah, there you go. Finally, one thing I did want to share with you, this is the new DJI Osmo Nano, and that's the camera part. This is like a little dock thing that has a display on it, but this is what I filmed the entire Nursa video with, and I have to say, I'm really impressed. The quality that came out of this tiny little guy, plus it works with the DJI mic, so I'm able to have really clear, crisp sound and just a super small little thing. I'm going to take this with me to Japan and shoot everything with it. In fact, I'll probably shoot most of the live sort of in-situation review portions of my videos with this camera and mic because it's just so darn good. I really like this thing. Look at how small it is. Like, it'll fit on a truck, which is really super cool. It'll give you a whole different perspective. Very awesome. Super stoked that I picked this up, and not super expensive. It's a great little device, and I absolutely love it. So if you're looking to kind of up your camera game, this might be the vibe for you, to give you a new perspective and to give you some new angles. That's the thing about filming tiny trucks. Sometimes you need a small camera. There you go. Thank you so much for watching. There might be a bit of a delay on releases of videos for the next couple weeks because I will be traveling. Not to worry, there will be other content, maybe not on the bench, but there will be stuff that I've kind of scheduled out over the time that I'll be away. So please stick around for that. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, we'll see you again maybe next week.